Hello everyone, my name is Minh Duc Hoang, and today I'm gonna present my first assignment of international political economy. And the country I chose to present is Bangladesh, so I'm gonna give a brief introduction as well as the political structure, economy structure, and the ongoing problem with the country. So about a little bit introduction of Bangladesh. The modern Bangladesh is officially named the People Republic of Bangladesh. It emerged as an independent nation in 1971 after breaking away and achieving independence from Pakistan in the Bangladesh Liberation War. It is a country in South Asia sharing border with India and Myanmar, and also the world's eighth most populous country with population exceeding 162 million people, with Dhaka as capital and the largest city, and also the economic, political, and cultural center of Bangladesh. Talking about culture, the music and dance style generally fall under three categories of folk, classical, and modern. The lyrics come from the nation's culture and spirituality. For religion, the most whispered religion in Bangladesh is Islam, which constitutes of 90% of citizens of the nation. But Buddhism and Hinduism are also the popular religions. For clothing, the Bangladesh men's casual wear in rural areas is the lungi, with formal clothing being suit or shirt or trouser. Men also have traditional wear called Punjabi. For women in the traditional and main dress is the sari, while the young females also wear salwar kameez. The Bangladesh cuisine is distinctive culinary tradition. The national staple food is rice served with various food items. Bangladesh sporting is kabaddi, and the most popular game in the country is cricket, with football coming in second. For the political structure, the three major parties in Bangladesh are the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, we call it BNP, and Bangladesh Awami League and Zatiya Party. The BNP allies itself among some Islamist party, while the Awami League ally with the leftist and the secularist party. Another important player is the Zatiya Party, headed by the former military ruler. For the recent year, the Awami League and BNP rivalry has become more and more bitter, with punctuated by protests, violence, and even murder. There is also three radical Islamist parties like the Jakarta Muslim Jata Bangladesh, we call JMJB, the Zamawata Mujahideen Bangladesh, we call it JMB, and Hakuta Jihad, but all of them were banned in February 2005 on the case of militancy and terrorism. After the first ban, a series of bomb attacks took place in the country in August 2005. The evidence of staging this attack by this extremist group had been found in the investigation, and hundreds of suspected members were detained in numerous and security operations in 2006, including the two chiefs of JMB who were later executed with other top leaders in March 2007, bringing the radical parties to an end. The economic structure of Bangladesh divides into three sectors. The primary sector, with 45% of workforce engaged make the Bangladesh can be called an agrarian economy. Agriculture contributes 30% of the country's GDP and enable Bangladesh to achieve its macroeconomic objectives. It also encourages farmers to employ modern machinery. Bangladesh primarily produces jute, rice, and white. The problem is the unpredictable weather and natural calamities disrupt the country economy quite frequently. To overcome this problem, the government has constructed several irrigation projects to conserve the rainwater and control floods. The secondary sector mainly comprises of small and medium enterprises that give employment to 30% of the country workforce. It generates 20% of the GDP and 40% of the gross manufacturing output. Bangladesh's light engineering sector is one of the largest and the most diverse, producing a wide variety of machinery and spare parts. There are several mills and factories producing juice, garment, cotton, paper, among other things. Some major manufacturing industries are railways, tea plantation, and transport. Finally is the tertiary sector. In the last 2 decades, Bangladesh has seen incredible growth in the service sector. As of 2008, 20% of the country workforce were employed in this sector. Although this percentage is lesser than the primary and the secondary sector, a large part of the country's GDP comes from this service sector. Also, the hospitality industry has shown considerable growth. For the financial system of Bangladesh is also comprised into three broad fragmented sectors: the formal sector, semi-formal sector, and the informal sector. The formal sector includes unregulated institutions like banks, non-bank financial institutions, insurance company, capital market intermediaries. The semi-formal sector includes all those institutions which are regulated otherwise but not fall under the jurisdiction of central bank, insurance authority, securities. This sector is mainly represented by the specialized financial institutions like House Building Finance Corporation. The informal sector includes all the private intermediaries which are completely unregulated. Bangladesh's banking system consists of 2 branch offices of the former State Bank of Pakistan and 17 large commercial banks, 2 of which were controlled by the Bangladesh interest and 3 by foreigners other than West Pakistan. There was also 14 smaller commercial banks. The government encouragement during the late 1970s of agricultural development and private industry brought the change in lending strategy, which caused the lending to farmers and fishermen dramatically expand. The transformation of the finance priority has its own problem, which makes lending institutions cannot choose the borrower and project and were often instructed by the political authorities. That would make it become more common for borrowers to default on loans rather than repay them. Beginning in the late 1985, the government pursued a tight monetary policy aimed at limiting the growth of domestic private credit and government borrowing from the banking system. The policy was largely successful in reducing the growth of the money supply and total domestic credit. The problem of credit recovery remained a threat to monetary stability, responsible for serious resource misallocation and harsh inequities. Bangladesh's legal system is a part of common law jurisdiction. It is a member of Commonwealth nation. The legal system of Bangladesh has its root in the laws of British India. Since independence in 1971, statutory law enacted by the Parliament of Bangladesh had been the primary form of legislation. One thing special about Bangladesh is the Supreme Court of Bangladesh had the power not to only interpret the law made by the Parliament, but also to declare and null and void and to enforce fundamental rights of the citizen. The last thing about Bangladesh is the business ethics. The issue of business ethics in Bangladesh is becoming important. It is indicated that protecting reputation is the prime reason for ethical business, while corporate scandals and rules and regulations are the influence business. In addition, the ethics survey and audits are most important effectiveness of the ethical program. And finally, the findings draw implications of Ministry of Legal Affairs, regulatory bodies, management, and policy maker to adopt multi-faceted, multi-targeted, and multi-approach to formulate effective programs in order to build a truly ethical enterprise. And that's the end for my presentation. Thank you for listening.